What's up, guys? This is Genetic Minority here to bring you another Monday Night Raw review for the night of, as I turn off my other fan, for the night of, what is it? March 7th. So, Monday Night Raw. Things happened and stuff. It would appear as though, like, my new thing is now taking a week off of Raw, because of its mediocrity. So, we'll see how long that lasts. This is supposed to be, as I take a sip of my liquid beverage, the road to WrestleMania. But much like the pay-per-view that's coming on this Saturday, which I will hopefully be watching and doing a review of, there's a roadblock, and that roadblock is the stupidity of WWE and their writing. But let me not make it seem so negative. Let me just talk about Raw. Raw opens up with Shane McMahon. Comes out chit-chatting and whatnot, saying that it is his destiny to run WWE. I put destiny in quotes. And that all the garbage in the WWE, all the backstage politicking, all the, guys who have like in-ring talent getting passed over in exchange for guys with no in-ring talent is gonna stop, and blah blah blah. Basically saying basically feeding the crowd exactly what they want to hear, which is that he's gonna make some kind of crazy change to WWE and blah 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 blah. But as I've said it before in the past, I don't, or maybe I haven't, but I have said in the past to other people that I don't believe that is necessarily true. I think we're going to see a lot of the same, like how they always promise us that things are going to be different. But Shane's getting the crowd going, and then Vince comes out to taunt Shane and the crowd, because the crowd starts chanting CM Punk, and Vince soaks that up. Would love it if the swerve at Mania was CM Punk versus Undertaker, but that would be in one of those insane bookings, because he hasn't even done his fight in UFC yet, which I think is held off for another 2 years. So his first fight will be when he's 40 years old. Jesus Christ, CM Punk, you need to get in the octagon and get knocked out soon enough. All right, man. I'll be surprised if he wins, but I'm banking on him getting knocked out. Probably tapped out, honestly. Anyway, to make a long story short, Vince shows, to get the crowd hot, gain some heel heat. He shows a photo of him and Shane when Shane was a kid. He stomps on it, breaks it and whatnot. I don't know why it was framed. If he didn't, whatever. It's not like he set the picture on fire or something like that. It was like, if he had, I mean, it's framed because it was clearly just like a printout and it wasn't the legit photo. If it was the legit photo and he had it, like he just set it on fire, that'd be, I guess too much or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he probably could have printed it out on like photo paper or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, then Vince calls for security to escort Shane out of the building, and Shane is all like, "Yo, better back up off me, bruh. Better back up off me. I'm heated right now. You better back up off me." And it proceeds to beat on a security team, which go from like 6 members to 2 in the matter of like 5 seconds. Apparently Shane hits hard enough. Shane's pushing 50 years old, and apparently hits like a truck, berserker. So that's the thing. Shane knocks all the security out, and then that's just the end of it. No security comes, no cops are called, no nothing. He just knocks everybody out. Next, we Kevin Owens versus Neville on the road to Owens Mania. Kevin Owens Mania, apparently. No, he can't face Brock. No, that's for Dean. So whatever. Apparently, he's got a match. He has no. I don't know who he has as a. Well, I mean, I say I don't know who he has. No, he couldn't have his beating on Brock moment. He has to have another moment. But nevertheless, Kevin Owens wins against Neville via a roll-up. And I believe it was a roll-up. And he proceeds to beat down Neville after the match. But Neville is saved by Sami Zayn, and him and KO brawl it out. Until, inevitably, Kevin Owens runs away. Because, God forbid, a heel. Well, I mean, you have Sami Zayn returning, so you kind of have to have him get over. So hopefully next week we don't just have more Kevin Owens running away, because I'm sick of heels running away. Apparently the only heel who can run out and beat people up is Triple H. Nevertheless, backstage, Dolph is talking to Zack Ryder, but then Steph comes up to be annoying, and Dolph talks about how he disbanded the Authority last year, and how he disbanded the Authority last year, or 2 years ago at Survivor Series. And then Steph's like, they made him delete some tweet about the Authority or whatever that he made, And then he's like, history repeats itself. You're gonna be at the ass end of a defeat at the end of Mania, and Shane will be running the company. To which Steph tells him he has a match against 3 members of the League of Losers, but who cares because they're the League of Losers, and they will remain as such. Next, we get Bray Bella dressed like Daniel Bryan. I think WWE might have heard, you know, WWE might have been snuck into Chase Oliver's live stream. Like he wasn't doing a live stream; he was doing a live reaction thing, and I think they might have tuned in when we were all kind of saying, that Brie was pretty solid with the submission. She at least knows how to wrench him, and you know, sorry, my face itch. Uh, so now she's all submissions and whatnot. So that's cool, I guess. She like I said, she could put on a solid submission. I think I said that 2 weeks ago too. Um, but yeah, they got her doing that, and she's facing off against Summer Rae. For some reason, I didn't see last week. For some reason, Lana comes out and distracts Brie, and Summer Rae gets the win via roll-up. So that's 2 roll-ups in the night, and yes, I do count those because they're annoying. And then Lana attacks Brie. Why Lana is now dressed like when she was dressed with Dolph Ziggler, I don't know. Uh, why she's not coming out with Rusev, I don't know. Whatever. Next, we get Dean in the ring, because Dean has to be in the ring for some reason. Dean says he's going to beat Triple H at Roadblock, the little pay-per-view that they got coming on Saturday that wasn't really announced until like last week, at least that I know of. But Triple H comes out and gives him a big Chief Keef no, which for anyone who doesn't know what Chief Keef or who Chief Keef is, wow, that's cool, because that's not like copyrighted music that's playing through my thing. Anyway, Chief Keef is a American rapper, and when he doesn't say no, he says no, as in nah, like not gonna happen. So Triple H gives him a big Chief Keef no, and tells him he has a match against Bray Wyatt. So that's cool. And next we get Dolph Ziggler versus the League of Losers. The particular losers being Sheamus, Rusev, and Burger King Barrett. I don't know where what's his face is. Alberto Del Rio. Jeez, I need to stop watching. Anyway, I don't know where Alberto Del Rio is. He must be on vacation or something. Got the week off or whatever. But Dolph Ziggler doesn't manage to eliminate Burger King Bear because, after all, Burger King Bear doesn't matter. But he eats a distractive a kick off the distraction by Rusev, and then or off the distraction by Sheamus. Rusev gives him a kick from the outside of the ring, and then he turns around and eats a bro kick, and that's the end of that. And he's just I'm always distracted whenever people text me and whatnot when I'm doing this. Anyway, right when I'm about to do this thing, like my little brother will sneak in the room, somebody will text me right when I go to do this little podcast thing. Next, Tamina and Naomi versus, I put Becky in my notes, but Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Which, can we talk about this renaissance of this weird bit of like divas with 2 names? Like nobody has 2 names anymore. Really in WWE, like honestly, like there's a renaissance of like 2 named people since like the first return of Brock Lesnar in like 2012. It's like just everyone's then they shorten everyone down to 1. So I'm waiting. I don't know. I guess you can't call Becky Lynch Becky or just Becky or just Lynch, but you can't call Sasha Banks just Sasha or just Banks. So, but I don't know this thing with the whole double name thing. So it's Team 1 name versus Team 2 name. And I don't know what happened because I literally turned my head. This match was super short. I'm not joking. It was probably like a minute and some change. I believe Sasha and Becky won it, but at the very least, Charlotte got them DQ'd, I guess. I don't know. Well, Tamina and Naomi weren't in the ring, so I'm assuming they had gotten at least beat up. But Charlotte does attack Becky and Sasha and beat them up, so she walks out of the ring standing tall, and they are laid out looking stupid, like. So that's cool, I guess. I know it's like kind of suckish of me to not remember what happened in the match. I literally turned away and I don't know what happened, but I can guarantee you it's not important. What's important is that Charlotte beat up Becky and Sasha solo while they were distracted with other nonsense, which is the kind of thing they were building backstage, was that Sasha is not happy about it being a triple threat match, but she's more distracted with taking out who she perceives as the weak one, Becky, and subsequently will give Charlotte her WrestleMania moment, which is the win. That's probably not true, but we'll see what happens. Um, I I was gonna say I'm mildly interested, but truthfully, I have like not much interest in Mania. Um, I'll I'll watch it and do a review of it, but like you know, I'm not really hyped for it. Next we get Y2 AJ, which yeah, versus the New Day for the tag titles. It's a pretty solid match. Actually, one of the few matches where I want to talk about. It was a good work match. Typical New Day, typical AJ and Jericho. Just good in ring work. Heels in New Day being great heels. They're still annoying when they talk, which they talk before the match, and I refuse to acknowledge it. But at the end of the match, the New Day retain off the crazy catch by Big E. Um, Big E catches Jericho, or he catches Jericho right before he does a code breaker, and manages to flip him up on the shoulder and deliver the big end. Uh, and then at the end of the match, Y2J goes to help Jericho up, and then winds up eating a code breaker, followed by two more. And and I'm lapsing in memory right now. So, backstage, Chris Jericho, basically is like, I'm the star. I'm Y2J Chris Jericho. I'm the legend. But ever since all this, even since we teamed up, all people have been chanting is for AJ, not for me. Even though I'm just as good, if not better, than him. So that's what he's mad about. Next, Kalisto comes down to the ring. He's facing Tyler Breeze, who has his hair out, so he looks more like Lana. He looks like a fusion of Lana and Dolph Ziggler, because his hair is not only out, it's also like platinum blonde instead of dirty blonde like Dolph's, and it's fluffy like Alana's. But he's still a dude, and he's looking more and more like the fusion of Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison, like every single time, especially with the hair out. He's got the fluffy Johnny. Johnny Nitro slash John Morrison slash I can't remember what his name is right now. Um, I cannot I cannot remember what his name is right now, for the life of me. Um, in Lucha Underground, I can't remember what his name is right now. Like Johnny Mondo, if you watch Lucha Underground. Um, and Dolph Ziggler did the fusion dance. Like it's ridiculous now. But nevertheless, he's got a match against Kalisto. Kalisto wins, and which is further more of my Tyler Breeze and that renaissance of the double name thing, the first and last name thing. But Tyler Breeze, why was he brought up to the main roster? He could have kept that fool down in NXT and had him be their champion there because Finn Balor is boring. Which I believe he's still champion. I don't remember. I don't watch NXT enough. I should actually probably watch it. I'll probably watch it this Wednesday. Catch up. Start watching it consistently. Anyway, but backstage, Kalisto gets interviewed by Mojo Jojo, and the interview gets interrupted by Ryback, who says Ryback says he doesn't have an opponent for um, Mania, but he tells Kalisto he should ditch the Lucha Dragons and become a solo Lucha Dragon. So that's a thing that happened, which is, and he says that he's going to rip off the wings of these social butterflies, and that Kalisto should watch him. So basically, making a challenge to Kalisto for Mania, because Kalisto has nothing to do, and neither does Ryback, and there's not many people on the roster, and you really can't take the title off Kalisto right now because no one else to have it. So, and you can't do him versus Del Rio again. Uh, so next we get I put Sin Cara for some reason, but it's Ryback versus Curtis Axel. Ryback wins. That's the end of that, I guess. It's too bad Curtis Axel isn't Axelmania anymore. Eh. And finally, we get Bray versus Dean. Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. First and foremost, I was interested, and it was a little confusing until you see what happens later. Why Bray came out solo. Before the match, he was backstage talking and whatnot, basically saying he was going to face on Brock Lesnar's soul, and then, the sky's the limit and all that. But he does come out solo, and his match with Dean was okay, but nothing we haven't seen before from them, seeing as how Dean is the only person that Bray's ever beaten in a feud conclusively, because he beat him in like 4 straight matches. Uh, but the match ends with a DQ after the Wyatt attack Dean. They beat on him and whatnot, knock KO him. Triple H comes down to clean up on the scraps that is Dean Ambrose, but is stopped when I'm not gonna say something interesting because it's not interesting. It's just a lie. It's a fabricated lie by WWE. Um, when when Bray steps to Triple H in his face and eyeballs him, kudos to Triple H for not ever breaking the angry look, but also being fully aware and showing that he's fully aware that the Wyatt family would just eat him alive if he even put a hand on Bray. But Bray does give the WWE World Heavyweight Championship a nice little caress, and then proceeds to shoo himself and the Wyatt family out of the ring. And Hunter comes. Triple H goes out to the announce table to take it apart so he can beat on Dean one more time. And as he slides back into the ring, Dean hits him with a Dirty Deeds, and KOs him just immediately. Triple H can totally sell a DDT, which is awesome, or he can actually really sell a lot of stuff as long as it's not too over the top. Sometimes he's over the top with it. He sells the Dirty Deeds and lays KO'd, and Dean holds the WWE World Heavyweight Championship up. I don't believe he's winning this Saturday, but hey, stranger things have happened. Nevertheless, Raw overall, just not much. And I heard it wasn't much last week. It's this slow build because Mania is still 4 weeks away, so you can't just give us everything. And I get that, but I personally would prefer that we get a little something, something. I don't know. That's just me. So it is what it is. I can't complain. And yeah, I'll catch you next week. Or no, that's a lie. Saturday. I haven't seen the match card for Roadblock. Maybe I'll do predictions of that and then the review of it. But at the very least, I'm going to do a review of it because it's on a Saturday and I'm not doing anything Saturday. So I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.